What is the hardest thing for new managers?
I think something that's really hard for new managers is calibrating your expectations of what should and is likely to happen. I remember when I first started managing and I had to go, actually, it was when I managed an intern, then I had to do their evaluation at the end. And I felt so unmoored from any sense of what an intern should do because this was my first one. I hadn't been an intern. Um, my kind of experience up to that point was pretty unique and maybe not analogous to what a lot of the interns had done. And it was just like, I thought they did a good job, but I don't know if they did a good enough job or way better than expected for whatever this bar is that I just really don't have a good sense of. Um, and that's specific when you have performance evaluation. For some people, that's like I came to a company and I immediately kind of got in my head what all the levels are, and I off the bat can evaluate people. So it's not necessarily that, but there's just like how long to expect someone to take to ramp up. That was a really hard one for my new managers because they'd never done that. They never ramped someone up before. And I think to kind of understand ramp up, you need to have managed someone who you ramped up for maybe one or more years to see kind of the full arc to expect between new and truly ramped up. And if you haven't done that, you might see them kind of on this part of the arc, and you're like, how are they going to get over here? But if you have done it, you've seen that there's usually kind of like this. They event. This is an audio format. um, there's ups and downs and different rates of growth kind of throughout maybe 6 months to a year before they're truly fully on board, especially an entry level person. So coaching new managers on how to deal with this and sort of just the patience both to let someone figure it out and to let someone struggle a little bit as they're figuring it out. Those are things that are kind of hard to get used to because they're pretty uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to have someone who you need to keep coaching every time for them to really get what they need to do. And that if someone is really new to tech, that is very likely what is going to happen, just because they're figuring it out. And then it's also hard to watch that person really struggle with a task that's very easy for you, and you could step in and be like, do it this way, because you're both waiting for it to get done, and you kind of watch someone in some emotional turmoil as they're trying to do this thing, and having the patience to just let that happen because they were going to learn from that turmoil, and also reminding yourself, which was something that was really hard for me as a new manager, that actually my direct reports did not expect every day at work to be the most joyous day of their life or they didn't expect that they were going to come to work and never struggle with anything. And I was like, they're struggling. I did it wrong. This is supposed to be summer camp and they're supposed to be so happy and hitting all these milestones and feeling amazing all the time. And then I realized, like, I wasn't mad at my manager when I had trouble with a task. I just tried to figure out how to do it. And so, yeah, I think kind of just like calibrating yourself to how people are going to behave, what the problems are they're going to have, and how long it's going to take for certain things to happen is really hard until you've just kind of been in it for a while.